We've clicked on our session for the day and we're ready to start collecting data with our client. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start the session clock. Once it's been started, we'll receive an advisement at the top in a green box, letting us know that the session has started. Once your session is started, you can determine what is the main view for you to see client programs. An example of this might be if you only want to see client programs in the domain view, simply hit domain, in which you can scroll through particular programs for this client. Remember, while working with any particular clients, if there is any challenging behavior and you need to refer to the client's behavioral intervention plan, simply click on this try bar in the upper right-hand corner and refer to the client's behavior plan. Here, everything will be outlined for you so that you can use throughout the session to make the best decisions moving forward on how to replace challenging behavior or any antecedent strategies. Again, you will have access to this behavior plan while actively collecting data as the timer is running. So for today, when working with my client, I'm going to begin my session within the area of interverbals. I've selected the domain, which is interverbals, and then I'm here at the skill level, which is WH questions. Once I click on WH questions, I'm then presented with a targeted list for this client on every interverbal that I need to collect data on. So for example, I need to collect data on who is this. As you can see, it is currently at the probe level, which means that we're simply collecting probe data to determine if this program will make it to the intervention phase. Click on Who is this, or the text in blue, and begin collecting your data. If you need a reminder regarding what you need to do at the skill level to best implement this program, simply click on the orange I for information on the skills. Once I do that, I have an instruction from the BCBA reminding me that I need to run this program after circle time and before the client leaves for home. However, if I need specific instructions on how to run this skill, I simply hit on the blue I, in which I'll be presented with specific instructions for this target. So I need to ask, who is this? And wait 5 seconds for an appropriate response. As you can see, the BCBA has already imported a photo of dad so that I can show the client this photo and mark whether or not they got it correct or incorrect. We're going to pretend that this client had a maximum of 5 trials in which they responded correctly 3 times and incorrect 2 times. Every time I click on the data, you will see in the top of the session that there is a green box outlined that I've successfully collected this data. Next, I need to collect data on who is this. Simply click on the sentence in blue, who is this? If I want some specific information on how to run this program, go to the target instruction box, and here are the instructions for this target. So I need to present the questions, wait 5 seconds for an appropriate response, and mark incorrect for no response. So we're going to pretend that this client answered this question twice correctly and once incorrectly. If I would like to pin this particular target for future, simply hit on this orange arrow. Here you can see I already have this particular target pinned to my programs. If I'd like to unpin it, simply click unpin. If I want to re-add it, click pin. This means at any moment in time, and if I quickly wanted to collect data, I just go to my pinned skills. And as you can see here, it will directly take me to the WH questions. Next, I want to collect data on this client's independent play. So I click on the domain, which is play skills. Independent play is the skill, and then click on shape sorter for engaging in the shape sorter for 3 minutes so that we can collect some duration data. As you can see here, once my client has the shape sorter, I simply am going to hit my start button so that I can collect some duration data for this client. If I want some specific information on how to run this target, review the target instruction. As you can see here, my BCBA has noted that they would like this program run a minimum of 3 times and a maximum of 5 times. Every time I run this program successfully, this bar will continue to turn into a green color, showing me how many minimum and maximum trials I need to run or have yet to run for this session. If I need to pause my session at any time while collecting this data, simply hit pause, and then you can restart it. If I need to completely reset the timer, hit the reset button. Once I've collected this data, hit save. As you can see here, there's my green indicator letting me know that so far I've run a total of 1 trials in which I need a total of 2 more to reach the minimum amount of trials for this particular target. The next target that I'd like to look at is teeth brushing for this client. So we're going to scroll down to the skill acquisition daily living skills section, in which we'll be looking at the specific skill of teeth brushing. This is a task analysis in which my BCBA is created on teeth brushing, in which I have to collect data on to see if they're able to complete this task and to what level of prompting they required. So for example, if I wanted to know how am I supposed to run this particular skill, again, go to the orange eye icon, in which it will tell me any specific instructions related to teeth brushing. So the goal is to have the client engage in 100% of the tasks and run this program after meals and at least at the end of the day. Then, if I want specific information on how to run this target, I hit the eye icon. Here, you will see a textual prompt in which I can provide the client and my BCBA has embedded. Once I need to get out of it, simply hit the arrow button to go back, and you can continue to collect all of your data as needed. If we'd like to go to the next step, which is taking the toothbrush cap off, I would like to report that they needed a partial physical. As you can see here, the BCBA would like for me to run this program at least 2 times during my session. I will continue to go through the sequence and collect my data. Now, throughout my session, I can continue to write my session note. So we're going to go back up here to the session note so that I can start to complete my session data. I can save this, and I get a notification that my note was created successfully, and then I can continue to go back to collecting data just as I was. Remember, if there's any particular program in which I would like to pin so that I could quickly go back, hit the safety pin button, go to WH questions, and you can be redirected to this particular target. If I'd like to see so far all of my raw data collected throughout this session, go to Session Data. As you can see here, it's broken down by all of the specific domains in which I've collected data. If I would like to drill down into the specifics, simply hit the drop-down button, in which you will see here all of the data that I've taken for each respective target. If there's anything that I need to remove, I simply click on the instance of data that I need to be removed, and it will be deleted. Again, throughout my data collection session, I can continue to write my session note. As you can see, it saved what I did from my previous note. I can select all that I need and hit save. Once you are completely done with your session note, you can hit complete session, in which you will be provided this text box saying, "Are you sure you want to complete this session?" The session has ended. When the session has ended, you will see that the session timer has stopped. However, I still need to complete my session note so that I can submit it and have it construed as a complete session.